going to be presenting tonight for you, but he's right here if we have any questions or need any assistance, and so he will be here to help us typing in the chat. If you do have any questions and you are not on a computer and able to type, then we will occasionally unmute people just to make sure that we are getting any questions. So with that, I'll go ahead and mute everybody and we can go ahead and get started. All right, so thank you everybody for joining us. Tonight is the 2019 Cookie Program for our Service Unit Coordinators, and this year's program will run from February 8th through March 17th of 2019. So you will shortly be receiving coordinator packets, and in those packets are instructions for eBuddy, tonight's PowerPoint. There are also going to be troop coordinator guides available. There's troops by service area, problems and solutions, as well as a regional troop training schedule in your packets. So I put those in inner office today to Springfield, so they should be arriving to Quincy in the next few days, and you can pick them up from your office there. We're going to skip the icebreaker for tonight since we're not face-to-face, but we would have fun in store for sure with that. So looking at the council goals for 2019, first of all, we're looking to reach a sales goal of $6,730,240, and that is based on 7,648 girls selling with a per girl average of 176 boxes. We're also hoping to reach a goal of 2,500 cases donated to Operation Cookie Share, as well as reach a DOC sale of 250,000, which would be a 5% increase from last year's sales. So hopefully we are able to reach these goals this year. So you should be receiving your troop training material shortly. I know Jess said some of her material arrived today. Some of ours arrived here at our office today. So what you are receiving are troop training materials. You're receiving about 40% of the troop training materials that are necessary in case that package feels light. And that is because we're hoping to catch the other 60% either on online trainings or in our in-person regional troop trainings. And we also have 8-pack varieties of the cookies arriving to your respective delivery areas also for your troop training, so you can offer samples to your guests as you train your troops. So looking at what's new this year, the program actually begins 1 week later than last year, so it will start on February 8th this year. We have also added 6 additional levels to our reward program, and so our already pretty lucrative reward program has gotten a little bit better, and we'll explain that process and why we made the changes we did in a little bit. And also new this year, Little Brownie boutique items that last year were only available for purchase with cookie dough will this year be able to be purchased with cookie dough, but also with cash or credit card as well in our boutiques. Also new this year is a fall product and cookie combo patch, which we'll talk a little bit about that, but it's fun that they are starting to integrate these sales so that girls are getting recognition for their participation in both. This year too, we have our improved Troop eBuddy app Plus, which can be downloaded on your mobile device and used just like the eBuddy website. So when you're on the go, it's a little bit more active and able to be used than last year. This year too, eBuddy has, the sign-on process for eBuddy has changed a little bit. It's a single sign-on process that will be email driven. And again, we'll get into more details with that shortly. There are also several eBuddy upgrades that are exciting and will help improve the user experience, as well as we'll discuss actually, we're going to be bringing back our regional troop trainings. We didn't last year. We're bringing them back due to leader feedback that they would like those troop trainings back. Coming back will be our direct sale again this year. Also will be our digital order card or DOC program. Troop profit this year is again 60 cents per box, and if troops, cadets through ambassadors prefer to opt out, they'll receive 85 cents per box. Again this year, the troop bonus is $100 if an initial order is based on a 160 per girl average with an 800 box minimum order. Our 2 flavors, Toffee-tastic and S'mores, are back, and we saw kind of a resurgence in our Toffee-tastic popularity, so hopefully we can keep that up. And our Disney trip is back as a reward for our girls who go above and beyond in the sale. So as a service unit coordinator, I know you and I and CJ and have been in contact with one another about different cookie things already, but we thank you very much for all that you already have done and all that you will help us out with for the cookie sale. So some of the things that you help us out to do that we are so appreciative of is the fact that you help us to secure delivery locations by December 1st. And so you can send any of those delivery information to myself, and I would be happy to add that information for you. Even if it's the same as last year, just shoot me an email and say same as last year at such and such church or building, just to make sure that I have the right place in mind. Also, as service unit coordinator, you'll help to collect and turn in the troop coordinator agreements, and then you'll provide those to staff at cookie delivery. You'll also be helping to schedule troop product pickup as well as oversee the cookie distribution to your troops after that initial order. You'll also be responsible for reviewing recognition orders and helping to conduct the troop trainings and providing troop materials as well. So thank you very much for all you have done and all you will do. So the Troop Coordinator Guide, like I said, will be arriving at the Quincy office shortly. And in that includes all the important details of the cookie program. I know I already have mine going with me everywhere I go. And so you'll have that with you. And what's really nice this year is that front page has all of our important dates on it. So it's right there, easy access for you. It also has all of our ordering and cookie transfer procedures. So for those of you that like to follow step-by-step instructions, those will be included in the guide. The front, I stole my own thunder. The front cover has all the important dates on it as well. So looking at who may participate in the Girl Scout cookie program, any registered Girl Scout who does not owe any money to GSCI and who has a parent permission slip on file may participate. And so we're hoping to get as many girls to participate in the sale as possible. So as we're training our troops to make sure that they understand the parent and guardian responsibilities, the parent and guardian will sign a permission form for each girl. They will help the Girl Scout to set their goals. They'll pick up the cookie order cards from troop leaders at the site that the leader sets up. They will also work with the Girl Scout to set up and approve their digital order card site, and they'll make sure that the money is to the troop leader by the due date. So we just make sure everybody knows their responsibilities. Let's see. So our big picture here, we're kind of in the training phase right now, as you can tell since you're attending a training. Then we'll move into our initial order process, followed by the digital order online sales. Then we'll have our delivery phase, followed by our actual direct sale in February, and then we close out the cookie sale with our recognition order. So we're going to kind of break down each of these phases as we go along here. And I'm going to go ahead and pause and see, do we have any questions, CJ? All right, I'm going to go ahead and, let's see, I'm going to mute everybody real quick just to make sure we don't have any questions. Any questions? All right, very good. We'll keep moving on then.
These are experts.
Experts, yes, yes. All right, so we are returning with our 7 regional troop trainings. And so you can check your insert, and I know that Quincy's troop training is, I need to check my calendar for sure, I believe it is December. Okay, give me one second.
Well, we'll be sending that tomorrow.
Yes, okay, we'll send that out tomorrow, but I believe it's in the first week in December. All right, so looking at troop planning for the initial order. So sometimes troops may need assistance in planning that. So troops really have 2 focuses when they are ordering or placing their initial order. First of all, they should look at how much they should order and will they order too much. And so that is one of the considerations that troops have. So looking at the initial order and the importance of it, last year in the sale, we had 771 troops who placed an initial order. And with that initial order, their ability to sell and hit the ground running, that resulted in a 182 box per girl average for the troops that placed an initial order. Then you can compare that, as you see in the orange, to the troops who did not place an initial order. Those 93 troops then had to wait a while for cookies, couldn't meet customer demand, and so that resulted in a 98 box per girl average. So that's an 84 box difference, almost 50% difference in per girl average in profit that these troops saw. So placing an initial order is huge because when February 8th rolls around and the customers have had that hype, they'll have the cookies when they want them. And so that initial order helps provide that option to our customers. So we do have an interactive initial order estimate spreadsheet. Many of you have probably used that spreadsheet before. That can be found on our getyourgirlpower.org website in the cookie section. There's also a video, or you can find the instructions on page 12, but that's a great way to help you to estimate by down to the variety what you should place for your initial order. So our recommendations are that either a troop places an initial order of 75% of last year's sale, not exceeding 160 boxes per girl, or they place their order based on 75% of last year's per girl average, again, not going over 160 boxes per girl. And so that is a safe way to ensure that they'll have demand, but can also make up any difference with our other cookie deliveries throughout the sale. So that spreadsheet is a good starting point. It's really important that troops, when we're training them, when we're talking to them, that we encourage this initial order, because if you have a low initial order, you miss sale opportunities. If you have those cookies on hand, the girls have more of an opportunity to reach their girls. We've also seen, as you saw a few slides back, that troops earn more profit. On average, it's about $50 a girl when a troop places an initial order. So the customers are happier, they're more satisfied, the troop leaders and the parents and the Girl Scout have less work. And really, the misnomer that initial order creates excess is not correct at all. Initial order is a great way to meet that customer demand, and it will not create excess inventory. And we'll address that a little bit more throughout this presentation. So initial order will begin January 3rd and is due January 15th. And from there, then we will move on to looking at eBuddy. So do we have any questions right now?
Yep.
Okay, sounds good. So like we mentioned this year, eBuddy does have a slight change with the fact that it is now turning into a single sign-on portal, and it is email driven instead of password driven, which will actually be really convenient for everybody involved. So this single sign-on gives you access not only to eBuddy, but also to several tools, including VIP e-training, Ideal Cookie Sale, and the Troop App Plus as well. So a welcome link will go out to our leaders on Friday, December 7th, and they have 1 week or 7 days to sign on. And when they sign on, then they'll be prompted to create a password, and then they will be taken to the Cookie Tech portal, which is where then they can access eBuddy or any of the other sites we mentioned. So again, they'll enter their email and create or change their password. They can update their personal profile, and then from there you choose the system you want, which most leaders will want to use eBuddy, but the other resources are great for planning and preparing for cookie sale as well. The one caveat to this is that with this single sign-on process, our leaders will need to make sure to log out when done. And so that really doesn't create too big of an issue if they forget, but with this single sign-on process, that just means then that the next time that they log in, they'll be directed right to the last application that they were on. So if they were in eBuddy, then it will open right to eBuddy. But if they forgot and left as they were in VIP e-training, they'll be taken to that, and they may be confused as to why, but then they can easily navigate right back to eBuddy without issues. So it will be helpful to remember to log out, but it does not interrupt or destroy things at all. No problems. So for future logins, then the leader can either go to ebuddy.littlebrownie.com or go to cookieportal.littlebrownie.com to reach that cookie portal. So this is what the Cookie Tech portal will look like. You will see most of these options. The only option you won't see here is that eBuddy demo, and that is just, this is the council view, but you will get to see all these other tools and can click through and visit all these different things to help better you and your troops cookie experience. So looking at placing an initial order here, you'll click on the initial order tab like before. You can either place the order by the girl specifically, or you can place them all in the other category and assign later. And then what you'll see as you try to balance out here in the extras area, you'll be able to assign those to girls and make sure that you balance back to 0 as you clear out your inventory. So it looks very, very much the same as last year. A lot of these views haven't changed. So then you can look at your girl orders and enter those there. And you can assign girls cookies from your initial order as well as they sell other cookies throughout the sale. And again, nothing in that view has changed either. So looking at some of the improvements to eBuddy, Girl payments can be added after the recognition order, which we think will be very helpful to troops, and that way they can be working on that a little bit longer. This year, too, you can also post cookie exchanges within your service area. And so that will be really nice. I know that in our offices, we usually have a board, or Facebook has a lot of traffic during cookie season to exchange cookies. And this way, it's a good way to keep in touch with just your service area, but we'll look at that a little bit, as well as the booth sale wait list. So we're going to take a look at some of these new things here. So with the cookie exchange, you can post the cookies that you have available to exchange, and that will then keep track there and show what's available, and then people can log in and see, oh, Troop 1125 has 17 Savannah Smiles. I'll email that troop leader and see if they still have those cookies available, and there's the exchange. Pretty simple. And so it's really nice that straight from eBuddy you can email or call the leader depending on what information they have chosen to share. And so it's really nice to be able to use that cookie exchange this year. Also with the booth sale waitlist, we know that when the booth sales open up, it can be a crazy rush to get the booth that you want. But this year, if a booth is already full when you go to sign up, you can actually request what time slot you would like to be open and select to be notified if those slots open. Now, you may not be the only person to select that, but if you are, whoever has selected that as an option will receive an email, and then from there it's first come, first serve to fill that spot. So that's nice. If a troop has to cancel a booth and it becomes suddenly available, they'll let you know, versus if maybe all of a sudden a new opportunity comes open, you'll be notified. So again, that is first come, first serve. You may be still competing with other people who were waiting, but it is a better option than having to log in and check it like a hawk every day. So that's that booth sale wait list will be nice this year. Also this year is an improved Troop eBuddy app plus. It does everything that your laptop eBuddy does. The only issue with that was the booth scheduler. Okay, so the booth scheduler does have a slight lag from the app to the website. So if you are serious about making sure you get a certain booth, you may still want to log in online. But otherwise, everything can be recorded and taken care of from that app. And it is available on any type of platform, Google Play, iTunes, or you can download it right from the Little Brownie Bakers website. So that's a great app and will be a good tool for our leaders to use. So the digital order card process, January 11th, troop leaders will receive an email to start setting up their systems, and then January 25th, the digital order card goes live to girls, and they can start setting up their digital order card site and start getting parent approval and those kinds of things. So there is video support for this digital order card process on our website, but girls will receive their Ready Start Register email on the 25th of January. Then they'll set up and work to approve their digital cookie site, either with their parents or not if they're an older girl. Then they can add customers and send emails from there to invite them to purchase cookies. So looking at who may participate in the digital order card program, again, it's any registered Girl Scout who has a parent's active email on file. If you run into girls or have girls who are not showing up in DOC or did not receive the email, you can direct them to either our customer care number or our customer care email, and we will get them set up from there then. So our digital customer options, they can either be delivered via UPS to their home. There are shipping fees that we'll talk about. They can also be delivered by a Girl Scout in-person delivery, which does have to be designated by the Girl Scout to be eligible for in-person delivery. They can also choose to donate to Gift of Caring or Operation Cookie Share. All options are paid via credit card, so that's a nice handy option. And the minimum, there is a minimum order of at least 4 packages. It can be of any combination, but at least 4 in order to receive that shipping. So with shipped digital order card orders, we do accept all major credit cards. If a variety becomes unavailable from the baker, then customers will not be offered that variety, so there won't be any disappointment there. You can see our shipping costs here. It's important to note that our shipping costs have actually gone down a little bit. That 4 to 6 box range went down a quarter, and everything else after that actually went down 50 cents. So shipping costs are a little bit more affordable. And anything with the digital order card and video-wise are available on our website as well. What's also nice about these shipped digital order card orders is that they automatically move to the girls sales tab. So there's no work for that troop leader at all. Those orders are moved directly for them. For in-person delivered, the parents will receive an email that will let them know that they can either approve or decline the order within 10 days. And so if it's approved, it will be girl delivered. If it's declined, then the customer can either choose to donate the order or skip the order completely. And then for in-person deliveries that are approved, the cookies will be delivered by the Girl Scout then, and then the leaders will document that in-person delivery on the Girl Sales tab. So that's pretty easy to go. And if the leader's with the girl as they're dropping them off, pull it up on that app, save it right there, good to go. So you can pull several different digital order card reports off of the Troop dashboard in eBuddy. That includes the girl delivery recap, girl delivery detail, and DOC reports as well. So those will be very helpful to you to keep up with the activity on your girls' digital order cards. For any digital cookie help, you can call the digital cookie hotline, or you can actually chat live with them using that link there, and that can be very helpful because they can get you set up right there. So delivery then for our cookies will be February 1st through the 7th, and again, we'll be arranging those delivery sites. You can send those to me by December 1st, and we will get those set up for our areas. So it is important as a service area coordinator to inform your troops of the cookie pickup location and time. You may also want to remind them about bringing a vehicle big enough. There's reminders in the troop coordinator guide, but it's also important to remind your troop leaders so they don't show up with a little tiny car to load a huge load of cookies. And you'll also want to have yourself or volunteers help load your troops' cookies into their car. And you may want to have troops bring their own volunteers to help load as well. Many hands make light work. Ask for help from your leaders as well. Maybe they can help you organize things, move things around, help greet troops. Again, the more help you have, the better. And remember to give out order cards as well. Those should be arriving to you in the first week in January, and then you can hand those out to troops as they pick up their deliveries as well. So then our direct sale begins February 8th through March 17th. And we kind of call this the selling and restocking phase as well, because we'll have cookies arriving to our cupboards. Troop leaders can come in and place an order or place a walk-in order and get cookies as well to make sure that they are stocked up. So looking at troop inventory control, we referenced this a little bit when looking at our initial order, but it's important to try to avoid outstanding balances as well as excess inventory. So it's important to remind our troops to order only on commitments from parents. Make sure they know for sure they need those cookies, and always make sure that the troops are also having receipts signed before taking cookies. Receipts, receipts, receipts to our troops this year, so that way we have a nice paper trail. It's also important to remind our troop leaders to not allow parents to return cookies. Each year we see troop leaders who, out of the kindness of their heart, take on cookies back from parents and end up with crazy amounts of outstanding balances. So do not take cookies back. You will see customer demand is greatest in those first 2 weeks of the sale, and demand will drop in week 3. So you'll want to change your ordering, and you'll want to make sure you're keeping track of your inventory so you're not over ordering. You'll see about 75% of your cupboard orders in the first 2 weeks there. Encourage your troops to stay current with their inventory so they're always aware of what they have. And it's very important to allow demand to dictate troop orders. Don't be picking up cookies if you don't think you'll be selling them. And then it's important for troop leaders to utilize cupboard orders for additional cookie demands, and they can come in and exchange as well to make sure they have the correct variety mix. How are we doing? Any questions so far? Okay, sounds good. So we do have 5 pending orders this year that will be on Sunday evenings starting February 10th and being able to be submitted every Sunday through March 10th then. So cupboard orders will allow for any supplies for additional needs. Another nice feature of this is you don't have to order in full cases, so it allows some flexibility for inventory control. There are 5 cupboard orders, 1 per week. The first one is due February 10th by 8 p.m. and the last one is due March 10th by 8 p.m. And you'll want to make sure in eBuddy as well that you choose and the troop leaders too choose the cupboard from the available location listing so that we make sure that the cookies are going to the right place. So we do have two different types of cookie cupboards. We have our full service cupboards and we have our express cupboards. Full service cupboards are located at our service centers in Bloomington, Decatur, Peoria, and Springfield. They'll be open the 31st of January through March 25th. Quincy and Champaign are based out of local warehouses, so you will want to contact them for their specific hours of operation. We do have extended hours on Friday, February 15th, 21st, and March 1st until 5 p.m. Peoria has some altered hours there as well. We will take walk-in orders, but it's a good idea for troops to call ahead to make sure we have the varieties available. And we also will trade out cookie varieties, but again, it's a good idea to call to make sure we have what troops need available. So GSCI will order on an as-needed basis. So if troops really want to make sure that they have the right amount of cookies, they'll need to place that planned order on a Sunday evening to make sure that they get it for that next week. So if you place a cupboard order or a troop places a cupboard order on Sunday night, they can expect an order pickup on Thursday, and that way then for the next weekend, they have cookies available for any booths or activities that they're choosing to participate in. We also will have volunteer express cupboards, which are maintained graciously by our volunteers.
Thanks, Debbie.
Yes, thank you, Debbie. Cookies will arrive on Friday, and then the volunteers will coordinate pickup times with troops for a delivery either on Friday or Saturday. What's nice about this is after the troops pick up their cookies, that cupboard is closed. There will not be extra cookies available for walk-ins or swaps. So in those volunteer express areas, it's very important for those troops to place a planned order to make sure that there will be cookies available for them at those cupboards. So these volunteer express cupboards are open from the first 1 to 3 weeks of the 5 cupboard order weeks. Cookie booths are a great way for our girls to get publicity and to sell cookies as well. So cookie booths can begin as early as Friday, February 8th, 2019. Again, this year, Girl Scouts has a national agreement with Walmart and Sam's Club, so troops will need to contact Walmart or Sam's directly to set up a date and time for a cookie booth. This year, again, Joann Fabric will be on our cookie booth scheduler, so we will be handling the scheduling of that, and that will be open for you to choose. And also this year, Dunkin' Donuts will be on the booth schedule, which will be a fun opportunity on Saturdays and Sundays in February, which will coincide with some really fun Girl Scout themed promotions that they're running. Yes, Debbie's deliveries are on Thursdays. Yes, Debbie, you're correct. So Dunkin' Donuts will be a fun location for girls to sell cookies while people pick up their cookie themed drinks or cookies. Okay, so the cookie booth scheduler is available on eBuddy for those locations that Girl Scouts of Central Illinois is responsible for scheduling. Those reservations will begin at 9 a.m. on Friday, January 18th. So January 18th to the 20th is a first come, first served sign up where each troop can have a maximum of 2 booths signed up for. And then after January 21st, it's open reservation where troops can sign up for as many booths as they want after those have opened up. If there's a booth that isn't available after the 21st that you're interested in, you can use that booth wait list again, and you can be notified if there is an opening there. If you have any questions about that cookie booth scheduler, you can see page 21 of your troop guide, or there is a video online as well. It's also great to encourage troops to find their own cookie booth sale locations, and so that way they can go to places where maybe there is a need that hasn't been met. We want them to think about high visibility, high traffic areas, places where they can communicate their troop goals, and also make sure that they put out some information about Operation Cookie Share. We see lots of success with Operation Cookie Share donations at our booths. Troops will enter their booth sale information via the booth site tab, and for information on that, you can see page 21 of the troop guide. So you can add your booth sale via the booth site tab. You can use the booth scheduler, which will add to that. You'll also want to add any of your own booth sites, because that way then they'll show up on the National Cookie Locator. So the booth sale recorder allows you to enter the number of cookies sold for each variety. You can also check the girls who participated, and you can distribute them easily among the girls and hit submit, so that way it's nice and equal and you don't have to do any of that math. You can also manually enter orders under girl orders if you have a different method you prefer to use. And your booth sale must be added to the scheduler before your booth sale in order to have the most success to place your booth sales. So see page 21 of the Troop Guide. And what's nice this year is that booth sale recorder is available via the Troop app. So again, as leaders are out at that booth sale, they can be recording things as they're being sold. What's great about putting your locations in the booth scheduler as well is that you'll appear on that cookie booth locator. So customers can look for a certain zip code and find cookie booths in their area during that day or that weekend. So you want your cookie booth to show up there so you'll have customers and get a nice Troop profit. So there are several other additional opportunities within the cookie program. Before we go through those, do we have any questions we need to address? Okay, very good. So National Girl Scout Cookie Weekend is February 22nd through the 24th. That'll be a great opportunity for girls to get out there in some high visibility areas and really talk about their Girl Scout cookies and why they're selling their cookies. Operation Cookie Share is another great opportunity. Troops earn $1 per box for boxes donated to Operation Cookie Share. They are then delivered via Operation Cookie Share and Little Brownie Baker, as well as Soldiers, Angels, and Girl Scouts of Central Illinois. And they are delivered to places like veterans' homes, Blue Star Moms, National Guard, and to our first responders as well. And so the extra 40 cents per box will appear as a credit on your troop or on any troop's sales report. This year, too, we have our Cookie Pro contest, where girls can earn an opportunity to win a cookie entrepreneur experience, which is a fun opportunity for them to also meet the DC superhero girls and get to check out WB a little bit. So there are 24 winners this year, and the winners and the chaperones will travel to California, where they'll be taking part in a Cookie Entrepreneur Academy as well as a recognition event. They'll get a behind-the-scenes tour of Warner Brothers and meet the DC superhero girls. It's a 7-day event, and the contest will run from January 2nd to May 1st. So girls can enter by logging on to the link that you see here and answering a set of questions and creating their own little mini graphic novel and submitting that. And so it's a great opportunity for girls to get creative and earn an opportunity to go out to California and have a great cookie experience. Beyond that great cookie experience, we also have cookie dough and other recognitions that are determined by girl orders. So the troop reward order is the final phase of our ordering process. Troops will need to submit their recognition orders if they want recognitions to be placed by March 18th, excuse me. Once a recognition order is placed, if a troop continues to add girl sales, they must also update and save their recognitions to ensure that the correct girl rewards are chosen. They don't update automatically, so they'll want to make sure to keep that updated. And page 21, again, of the Troop Guide has all those great tips. There is, again, an opt-out option for our older girls, cadets through ambassadors. They do it's an easy option to opt out of receiving recognitions and cookie dough, which also does include free membership. But girls will receive any of the patches that they have earned. So the leader will still need to place a recognition order for that. The option applies to the entire troop, not individual girls. So the troop will need to decide together that this is their option. And they must declare their opt-out option by January 15th. And again, that's a selection that they can make in eBuddy. And that's in the settings tab, and they can choose opt-out rewards then. So rewards for our girls as well as for our parents too. And so we do have a newly updated rewards program. We added a total of 6 additional levels to our rewards program. And really we tried to tailor this towards the sales for 250 boxes and less. And that is because we have our biggest chunk of sales, not sailors. Our biggest chunk of sales are done by our brownies and daisies, but they also have the lowest per girl average. So we want to make sure that we are recognizing them and giving them some fun rewards. So we also added 1 level to digital cookie rewards. We added 2 levels to cookie share, and we also were very generous with our cookie dough. And so a huge thank you goes out to our product sales advisory committee, who spent some time with us and Little Brownie Baker going over that recognition program and really hashing out and coming up with this new and improved program that we'll take a look at here. So there are 3 girl reward categories. We have our total boxes sold, digital cookie sales, and Operation Cookie Share sales reward categories. So looking at total sales rewards here, we've kind of broken out our rewards. So 25 plus gets a theme patch and $5 cookie dough. And all of this is cumulative. So as girls sell more, then they'll get everything the level above as well. One thing that's important to note here, at the 183 box level, if the girl also sent 30 emails in the fall product sale, they will earn that cookies and fall product combo patch, which is really cool. Again, for that girl, it can be personalized with her name. It also has our counsel on it, so it's personalized and it recognizes all of her hard work here. So you want me to go through each of these?
Yeah.
Okay. So at 25 plus boxes, the girl receives a theme patch and $5 cookie dough. At 75 plus boxes, she receives a leopard sleep mask and $5 cookie dough. 125 boxes is the Shine Bright case and $5 in cookie dough. 150 boxes, cookies and milk snack cup and $5 cookie dough. 183, we talked about that cookies and fall product combo patch. 200 plus boxes sold receives the Clouded Leopard plush and $5 cookie dough. 250 boxes sold receives free membership and $5 in cookie dough. And then from there, continuing on, 300 plus receives $10 cookie dough. 400 receives $10 more. 500 plus boxes sold receives a $75 gift card or $75 in cookie dough and $20 in cookie dough. 600 to 900 box level, at each 100 box increment, girls receive $20 of cookie dough. At 1,000 boxes, the girl receives a $150 gift card of her choice or $150 in cookie dough and an additional $20 in cookie dough. From 1,100 to 1,400, at each 100 box increment, girls again will earn another $20 in cookie dough. At the 1,500 box level, girls earn the $350 gift card of their choice or $350 in cookie dough and a Super Seller t-shirt, a Super Seller patch, and $20 in cookie dough. At 1,600 or more, at each 100 box increment, girls earn $20 in cookie dough. And then at the 2,500 box level, the girls earn the Disney trip, which that Disney trip is a 4-day, 3-night trip, which includes lodging at Disney World Resort, a 3-day park hopper pass, and airfare for the Girl Scout, and 1 chaperone, or that Girl Scout could choose a MacBook Pro. It is important to note that all of these recognitions are cumulative, except up at the 2,500 box level. Girls who earn the Disney trip or the MacBook Pro will earn and keep all levels up to the 1,000 box level. That 1,500 box level is not included for girls who earn the Disney trip. So for 1,500 boxes or plus, again, those super sellers, the Super Seller Celebration will be at Camp Widgewagon in Springfield on Sunday, June 2nd. So we look forward to seeing our super sellers there. Looking at our digital cookie rewards, 30 plus emails, right, or products?
30 digital sales.
Okay, excuse me. Yes, 30 digital sales receives the Cookie Tech patch. 60 sales receives the pen bracelet, and 100 receives the phone ring stand. Looking at Operation Cookie Share rewards, 12 plus donations receives the Gift of Caring patch, 24 plus receives the Cookie Star bandana, and 50 plus receives the Fashion Dry Erase marker. So again, some new fun options for our girls. So here's a look at some of our items that will be available for purchase with cookie dough or cash and credit card. And so these items will be available in our shops at the conclusion of the cookie sale for girls to purchase. So our Girl Scout website has videos for initial order, girl order, recognition, the digital order card process. It has resources for girl and parent trainings for our troops, plus all kinds of other resources for you and for our troops as well. All of our forums and publications are also available at getyourgirlpower.org. Recordings of this training will also be available there if you feel like catching that ever again. And let's see here. Cookie dough cards will expire on September 21st of 2019. So we'll want to make sure to save that date so that way our girls get to spend all their money and buy cool things or cool experiences with their cookie dough cards. So thank you guys very much for your attention today. I will unmute here in just a second if anybody else has any questions that you didn't or weren't able to type to CJ. But otherwise, we will be sending you some material via email tomorrow at the conclusion of our training, and you'll also have your paper materials in the Quincy office shortly. So CJ and I both thank you very much for being here this evening and for tuning in. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let me know. So I will unmute us here for a second just to make sure we're all good to go and we don't have any questions. Okay. Well,
no questions.
All right.
Awesome.
Thank you everybody again for attending, and I hope everybody has a wonderful evening.
Thank you. You as
Thank
well.
you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. How do you get out? This is